Travis Kelce celebrated the release of Taylor Swift's new album The Tortured Poets Department, and its record-breaking success, at a wild party in New York by dancing and singing along to The Alchemy. Taylor Swift's girlfriend's new song was written about him. Kelce and Swift had a big reason to continue partying. They threw a big party and invited their friends to celebrate Swift releasing a successful new album with great records. A guest at Taylor Swift's new album celebration party shared an exclusive video for Nat.fl. Kelce stood on stage holding a microphone, dancing and singing along to the song The Alchemy, which was just released a day earlier. Kelce happily started singing the famous tune written about him. And he even turned to Taylor, who was out in the crowd behind him, to sing to her from where he was. She also sings back to him. They are singing to each other. It was pretty sweet, and they actually kept the love going by dancing to the same song together afterward. And yes, there's a lot of smiling going on between them. The Alchemy is one of 2 songs Swift wrote about Kelce on her album The Tortured Poets Department. This new album not only sees Taylor Swift reflect on her past relationships but also details her exciting romance with Travis Kelce. The Alchemy is the final track on The Tortured Poets Department. It's also one of the only pure love songs on the album that leans towards melancholy. It's especially notable that The Alchemy has a lot of football imagery. Swift's boyfriend Travis Kelce, who she has been with since her first appearance at a Chiefs game in September 2023, is not expected to be the focus of the album. The song is getting the most attention and it also has many football references. Throughout the song, Swift seems to sing about a big comeback after many heartbreaks. At one point, the lyrics seem to be about leaving her British ex-boyfriends Alwyn and Healy and dating Kelce as she sings, "These boys warmed the bench / we were win." The bridge also seemed to reference Kelce winning the Super Bowl. "Take your shirt off, and your friends lift you up, over their heads / beer sticks to the floor, cheers go up, 'cause they say / no chance to try to be the greatest in the league / where's the trophy? He just came, running to me," she sings. The song So High School also hints at her relationship, including references to ball games and Kelce's commitment to getting the girl. Swift sings about a newfound love that many think is about Kelce. The song, reminiscent of music from her Fearless era, also includes some explicit football references as a tribute to Kelce. At one point, she even mentioned an old interview Kelce did where he was asked if he would get married, kissing between her, Ariana Grande, and Katy Perry. "You know how to play ball, I know Aristotle, all new, full throttle / touch me when your brothers play Grand Theft Auto / it's true, swear it, honor scout / you know what you want, and boy, you got her," she sings on the track, with the ball clearly referencing Kelce's work in the NFL and the line, "You got her," echoing her recent comments. Him about not knowing how to make Swift like him. Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department behind the scenes. Jack Antonoff shares new photos of the star hugging Florence Welch as he details process of making her 11th album. Record producer and Bleachers frontman, Jack Antonoff, gave Swifties a behind-the-scenes look at the making of The Tortured Poets Department. On Friday morning, following the release of his collaborator Taylor Swift's 11th album, the musician, 40, shared a slideshow of snaps taken of the pop star in the studio as they created her latest masterpiece, inspired by the end of her 6-year relationship with Joe Alwyn, brief fling with Matty Healy and bitter feud with Kim Kardashian. Tortured Poets Department is here. He captioned the post, "My favorite work we have made together / made in the most wild unhinged moment. All the pain distilled in this album and all the laughter that came out of it." Antonoff, who is married to Margaret Qualley, went on to say he will hold those days in the studio forever as the most inspiring of his life. "I adore this album and the way it came together. TTPD forever," he concluded. Antonoff began the slideshow with a photo of Swift shooting a moody stare into the camera as she sat on an orange sofa with her phone in her hand. He noted the photo was taken while making the track, Down Bad. The next snap showed her looking over her shoulder while wearing a pair of black headphones and getting ready to sing into a microphone as they recorded fresh out the slammer. Additionally, he shared a slew of Polaroid photos of Swift hugging Florence Welch, who was featured on the track Florida, and their audio engineer, Laura Sisk. To Swift's fans' delight, he included a video of the 14-time Grammy winner singing her new song, The Black Dog, a cappella. Antonoff ended the slideshow with a goofy photo of Swift wearing his signature black round glasses over her eyes. The comments section was flooded with messages praising the Tortured Poets department. "This is the most raw album, I just wow, thank you for your service, Jack," one wrote under the post. Another wrote, "Jack Antonoff, you're so loved, and so is Aaron Dessner. Equal measure. TTPD is beautifully manic." Earlier in the day, Swift's other longtime collaborator Aaron Dessner shared a sweet Instagram post reflecting on his time working on the 31-track double album. The 47-year-old Cincinnati native, best known as a founding member of the rock band The National, shared that he was so excited and honored to have contributed to his dear friend brilliant 11th studio album. "We started working on these songs over 2 years ago, and it feels like they have kept us company and evolved in beautiful and unexpected ways through so much life lived during this process." He captioned a sweet shot of her smiling in the studio. The father of 3 continued, "It's hard to believe Taylor and I have now recorded over 60 songs together, 17 across this anthology, in the 4 years since we began working together on Folklore in 2020. I am forever grateful to Taylor for sharing her insane talents with and trusting me with her music. I believe these songs are some of the most lyrically acute, intricate, vulnerable and cathartic Taylor has ever written, and I am continually astonished by her skills as a songwriter and performer," he told his more than 346,000 Instagram followers. Dessner went on to say it is not lost on him how lucky he is to have this as his job. "I feel so grateful to be a part of creating this vast, magically detailed and symbolic world of songs Taylor has crafted that we all get to inhabit and enjoy," he concluded. The musician also encouraged his fans and Swifties to keep searching, and you'll find some new detail, layer or sliver of meaning with each listen. While speaking about her new songs for the first time in pre-recordings that aired on iHeartRadio, Swift reflected on how a lot of songs on the Tortured Poets department deal with the idea of heartbreak or loss in a metaphor of something else. In her track, Down Bad, Swift stated the metaphor is comparing being love-bombed, where someone you know, rocks your world and dazzles you, then kind of just abandons you, as an alien abduction. "As for my boy only breaks his favorite toys," the performer explained that the track was a song about denial and a toxic broken relationship. "It's a metaphor, from the perspective of a child's toy, being someone's favorite toy, until they break you and don't want to play with you anymore," she said with a laugh. The Cardigan hitmaker continued, "Which is, you know, how a lot of us are in relationships, where we are so valued by a person in the beginning, and then all of a sudden they break us or they devalue us in their minds and we're still clinging on to. You should have seen them the first time they saw me. They'll come back to that." Previously, Dessner has described his pal as very down-to-earth and hard-working. "I've spent a lot of time with her and I've never seen anyone wait on her. When I have stayed at her house, Taylor herself was cooking everyone breakfast and dinner," he told People in December. He added, "She's legitimately just a very down-to-earth and hard-working person." Dessner called the 14-time Grammy winner the hardest working artist he's ever encountered, as she's involved in every aspect of writing and producing her songs and has an incredible attention span and focus on detail. Additionally, he teased that the Shake It Off singer never really stops writing songs. "The world has seen her play 44 songs a night on tour now, performing for over 3 hours, Dessner said. "She makes it look easy, but it's really a feat of incredible endurance. It's hard to think of an example of someone who matches that kind of output, except maybe Bruce Springsteen, but he doesn't have to cover as much ground as Taylor does up there." Dessner said that he expects Swift will keep writing better and better songs and experimenting stylistically, as she has so many stories to tell. She sometimes jokes that she likes to change what she writes her songs with literally. "Sometimes it's an ink or glitter pen, or with me it's often more like a 19th century quill," he continued. "I think she'll keep inventing new ways and methods of writing and keep expanding this enchanted universe of her own making that we all get to enjoy." Dessner told the publication about the quite surreal way he came to work with Swift, which came at the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. "When Taylor first texted me about writing remotely with her during the pandemic, I almost didn't believe it was her at first," he said. Taylor never made me feel any of the shadow of her previous work or success. There was no pressure at all, he continued. It was as though we were just making an album for ourselves and passing time during the pandemic. It felt like we were on our own private artistic life raft, just making songs to soothe our souls and get through such an uncertain and difficult time.